with the Dr. Joe Show. Tonight, we're talking about something very important that's happening right now with a lot of our members of the armed services.
Yep.
And our thoughts are with them, all of them, who are thinking about their time in Afghanistan more than they had a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we have with us here in studio one of those members of our community who signed a blank check and is here to talk about it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, as an open book.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess on the note of Afghanistan and what's currently going on, yeah, I know, and we were just talking about there are a lot of veterans out there right now that are having a really hard time swallowing and receiving what has transpired in the past, week, in the past couple of weeks, for anyone paying attention, the past year maybe. But, yeah, I guess maybe to just sort of directly address any one of y'all that are listening that has spent time over there and feeling really dejected, I hope you are finding solace in knowing that whatever level you were on, that wasn't the level that resulted in where we are today, and that in a lot of ways we are asked to be cops over there, and soldiers are not cops. We were asked to build relationships with communities and people during deployments that lasted from 6 months to a year, and then we were ripped out of those areas of operation, and brand new people were brought in to start the process all over again. I know that there were a lot of people that made some really close friendships in a very short amount of time with locals, with their own, soldiers. And I guess I don't know what else to tell you except that you just got to know why you were over there the moment you were over there with. And you're capable of change every day. And I think you will find that if you talk, that most of the nation is still behind you, however they feel about the war in general or anything. And I don't want you to feel like you're an outcast right now at all. And I don't want you to feel like you're alone at all. And I know those can be pretty empty words. I'm also trying really hard not to cuss right now because it's come so naturally when I feel like I'm talking to a soldier. But people do have your back, and people do want to help, and people do know that we're in pain right now, and a lot of people are in pain right now, and a lot of people are disappointed. So reach out to those, people, those veteran brothers and sisters that you haven't in a couple of years. And I guess you probably know there's not a whole lot more I can say about that to you right now, but I do love you, and I'm there for you. So.
Thank you, Patrick. And I think in a couple of weeks you're going to be a guest on The Veteran's Voice.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I'm so glad that you're going to be talking with them as well, and you can reach many, many more of your brothers and sisters.
I hope so.
Because we are very grateful, very grateful. You mentioned Vietnam, and this war may have been like Vietnam, but the way we are treating the people coming back, I hope, will not be the same, and is not the same.
Oh, absolutely.
We absolutely are grateful for what you have done.
I think in that respect, when it comes to how people view the veterans, I think America has learned a lot of its lesson in that regard.
Yeah.
Which we are thankful for, very much. But, yeah.
What was the adjustment like? I've got a couple of questions that have come in to me. What was it hard, Justin, being back, and What made you decide to be an actor after your service?
Yeah, well, I was into theater as a kid. And when I got out of the Army, I was going to be a history teacher and just keep theater as a hobby. But as far as my decision to be an actor, I had a professor that I was taking a theater class with that said, "You're good." And so I decided to pursue it. As far as my adjustment, I don't know. It's been a long road. I've been out for going on 11 years now. I think part of my adjustment ties into the people that I was surrounded by, and the people that showed me what I've come to know as radical love. People that were my friends, that thought differently than me, that wanted me to see the potential inside me, and came at that from a perspective of they want me to change because they love me, and they see that in me, as opposed to a condemnation of anything. I've just been very fortunate with the support that has surrounded me. I think most of my life, and I gotta say that's probably been the key to my transformation. That a lot of veterans just don't have access to.
Does the soldier or the veteran ever leave you? I mean, or is that always going to be part of you?
It's a part of me every minute of every day.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's inseparable. Maybe some of that has to do with the amount of time I was in. 6 years is a relatively significant time, to have that way of life, and being in my formative years, 18 through 24, heavily ingrained in me. And that's not necessarily a negative thing, I found. I appreciate the certain amount of situational awareness it has given me in any day. I know that can be a source of anxiety for a lot of people, that can't shake that sort of paranoia, when it comes over to that. So, again, my support system has been really great in helping me manage the quote-unquote soldier in me versus everything else. But.
We have a few minutes left. The Dr. Joe Show revolves around the I am approach, the idea that we're always doing the best we can with the potential to change in the next second, influenced by 4 domains: your home domain, the social domain, the biological domain of your brain and body, and the I see. How do I see myself? How do I think other people see me? Because the 4 domains interconnect, small changes can have big effects. You don't need to change everything. So I'm wondering, what small change can you recommend to your brothers and sisters to manage what's happening right now with Afghanistan?
Yeah, there's I've thought about this connection between approaching enacting and approaching my time in service, and sort of what led me down the change for the positive that I found. And it's something so basic that we hear all the time, and it's listening. Listening as opposed to hearing. Listening with every fiber of your being to the person across the table, and listen with an intent to change something about yourself, as opposed to listening in order to give an answer. I think that's so crucial and such a building block to developing an empathetic person. But, yeah.
I hope people are listening to that. The second rule of the I am: you control no one, you influence everyone. You get to choose the kind of influence you want to be. Patrick, what kind of influence do you want to be?
I want to be a pillar of support. I think that that's the most noble cause for someone who looks like me, and since this is radio, I'll say I look like a cis white male. And to be a pillar of support for voices around you that have been stifled out because of your presence is where you need to be in society right now.
Thank you. Thank you for your service and for everything you've done, and for the words of wisdom that you've provided. And before we go, I want to thank Ben. Thanks again, Ben. We could not have done this without you. Larry Nelson, if you're listening, we're looking forward to having you here next week. But Ben, we'll miss you.
We'll miss you guys too, but don't forget, friends for life, right?
Friends for life. All right, folks. We'll see you all next week on The Dr. Joe Show.
Stretch the kindness, rush with madness. Is it sadness or just a show that